The Instagram algorithm recently changed, and if you don't adapt to the 5 changes I share with you in this video, it's gonna crush the amount of views and the amount of followers that you're getting right now, and not in a good way, because you need to be updating your bio, you need to be uploading the type of content you're creating, and you need to make sure that you're using Instagram's latest AI feature that is gonna help skyrocket your reach. But those aren't the only things you need to do, because there are a few other changes. In fact, this creator right here just made these changes, and it allowed them to gain over 1 million followers on Instagram in a really short period of time, simply by implementing these 5 things, and the same exact thing can happen to you so long as you don't skip any of them. So when it comes to optimizing your profile, there are 3 things you need to make sure that you're doing correctly. First and foremost, you need to do what Mike right here is doing. If we look at his name on Instagram, it says Mike, the credit guy, Meza. And why does he have that? Because that credit guy is going to help him rank when people search for credit repair or credit. In addition to that, he has the same thing in his bio. It says credit analysis in his bio. What does this do? Makes it really easy for Instagram to know exactly who to show his content to. For example, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to get rid of this, but if somebody comes over to Instagram search and types in credit, look what shows up. He is the first person that shows up, then the credit brothers show up, then this guy whose name is actually credit shows up. And this happens every single day. In fact, thousands of people search for this every day on Instagram, and it's one of the keys that allowed Mike to grow so quickly. In addition to that, what you need to do is you need to make sure that you're looking at your profile and you're clicking this button right here and seeing who else is being recommended to people. And if these people have nothing to do with what you're posting, that's a huge red flag. What that means is that your bio's not optimized, your name's not optimized, and Instagram doesn't actually know who they should be showing your content to, and this could be one of the reasons you're not getting the reach that you want. Or you might be ruining one of the other 4 Instagram algorithm changes that just happened. The next one you need to be aware of are the different lengths of content that are working really well right now on Instagram. In fact, there are 3 exact lengths that are working really well, and then there are 3 length ranges that work really well. Let's start with the length ranges. The first one going to be 5 to 9 seconds. This type of content is by far getting the most reach on Instagram right now. In fact, one of the biggest hacks you can implement today on Instagram is making content that's 5 to 9 seconds long. And I know what you're thinking, Rob, but I can't get all the information I want to put out in 5 to 9 seconds. Yes, you can, and the way that you do that is by putting all the real information within the description. This is a huge trick that you can use on Instagram. It's going to skyrocket your reach and skyrocket your followers, because here's the deal. Less than 50% of people scrolling Instagram actually have the sound on, so they're not even listening to you on Instagram anyway. They just want to read the description, and so long as it's spaced out, there's emojis in there, there's a hook, and you're telling a story, you're going to really easily be able to get people to read that description, and this is going to cause the video to loop in the background, which skyrockets your reach. The second best length is going to be 17 to 21 seconds, and then finally 27 to 31 seconds long. Now here's what you need to remember. You should be testing all 3 of these lengths for each subject or each topic of content that you're doing, because one of them might work well and the others are probably going to flop, and this is going to reveal to you what lengths work best for whatever topics you're talking about. But when it comes to the exact lengths that are working best, the first one, 7 seconds long. 7-second long makes the most videos go viral on Instagram. Secondly, 17 seconds, and then finally 27 seconds. Those are the 3 exact best lengths for you to be posting on Instagram if you want to go viral with this current Instagram algorithm. And this brings something up that I've actually never mentioned before in one of my videos about Instagram, and that is that Instagram is starting to push out that longer form content, which is why you need to be experimenting with those 17 to 21 second videos and those 27 to 31 second videos, because more often than not, Instagram's gonna start recommending those out. But remember, right now, 7 seconds is still king, but you need to be focused on getting your content to be a little bit longer. The same thing I told you to do on TikTok 2 years ago if you watch my content over there. Now, the next thing that you need to make sure that you're doing with this current Instagram algorithm is you need to make sure that you understand what your competitors are posting, what's getting them views, what's getting them the most engagement, and if you can learn from what they're doing on Instagram. Lucky for you, today's video sponsor Metricool makes this really easy for you. Here's how you do it. So all you have to do is come over to Metricool. You want to come over to Instagram, scroll down, and you're going to see competitors here. Now what you could do is click add. We're going to add somebody that's a competitor, and now they're going to show up down here. And from here, what we could do is go into each and every single one of them and see what types of posts they're doing and a bunch of different stats on that. For example, what time they're posting. We can actually view their posts on Instagram. We can see what their entire description is, and we'll also be able to get an engagement score, how many interactions it got, how many comments comments it got, how many likes it got. And we're also going to be able to see exactly what time they're posting, which is really powerful information. Now, on top of that, you can go to all posts, and this is going to show you all your posts for your competitors, and it makes it really easy for you to be able to track how frequently they're posting, what they're posting, and even what topics they're posting on. And Metricool doesn't actually stop there. But before I tell you about what else they do, I need you to go to the pinned comment below and register for 30 days free access to any of their premium plans with code Robert. Metricool is an absolute no-brainer tool if you want to get more views on Instagram, get more followers on Instagram, and if you want to save time when it comes to posting on Instagram. Because they also allow you to see the best time to post for your specific account and your specific niche. They allow you to find the best hashtags to use when you're going to post a piece of content, and they have a scheduler app that actually doesn't decrease your views, because most scheduler apps out there do decrease your views, but with Metricool, you could be rest assured that your views aren't going to be decreased just because you're scheduling your content out in advance. So what are you waiting for? Go to the pinned comment below and get 30 days free access to any of their premium plans with code Robert. Which brings me to the third thing that you need to start adjusting with this current algorithm, and that is going to be the type of engagement you're currently getting on Instagram. There are only 3 types of engagement Instagram doesn't care about, and it's not saves and it's not likes, so stop asking people to do that. Instead, here's what you need to be focused on. First and foremost, getting people to share content. 1 share on Instagram equals 400 views, but even more importantly, those are 400 non-follower views, so please make sure you're focused on content people are gonna share. And people are only gonna share something if it makes them laugh, makes them look smart, or if it's something really newsworthy that somebody wants to share with their friends so that they can seem like they're on top of things. The second thing you need to get people to do is follow you. If somebody follows you, they're then gonna get shown more of your content. I know this sounds obvious, but I see so many creators on Instagram not encouraging people to follow them, and all this leads to is a wasted view. And on top of that, you need to make sure that you're getting people to comment in your post. Now, in order of importance, I would try to get people to share most of the time. I would try to get them to follow sometimes, and I would try to get them to comment sparingly when you have something really good that they can comment. But essentially, those are the 3 types of engagement that Instagram is focused on right now, and you need to make sure that there's a call to action in every single video that you create. Now, there are 3 placements you should have your call to action. First and foremost, you should have a call to action in the description every single time that you post something on Instagram. The second and third call to action, well, you could actually mix those up. Sometimes it works really, really good right after the hook, and then other times it's going to work good at the end of the video. But essentially, it always needs to be in the description, and then the end of the video or right after the hook are other places that you can test. What this is gonna do is increase the odds somebody shares your content, somebody follows, or somebody comments, which all are going to skyrocket the reach that you're getting. Now, before I share with you the last and most important algorithm change, which is that you need to be taking advantage of Instagram's new AI feature that I'm going to tell you in just a second how to do, I want to emphasize something, because Instagram algorithm change number 4 is that it's taking longer for people to get views on Instagram. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is not a good thing. Well, actually, this is a really good thing, because what this actually means that your overall views on Instagram are going to increase over time. And the reason for that is because Instagram posts last longer now. In the past, posts only lasted 12 hours, 24 hours, and then they would completely die off, not get reach anymore. But that's not the case anymore. Now, your Instagram Reels are gonna get reach for 72 hours, for a week, for weeks, and sometimes even months if you have a viral post on Instagram. So what does this mean? You need to be uploading more content, making sure you're staying consistent, and making sure you're consistently uploading to Instagram. Because what ends up happening now that posts last longer is if somebody interacts with one of your posts, the next time they come on Instagram, they get more of your posts. And what does this mean? That it's a way bigger opportunity for you to go viral and have several posts go viral now because you were consistently uploading to Instagram. And remember, the maximum amount of times you should post on Instagram are gonna be 3 times, but ideally you're posting 1 to 2 times a day. Now I know, for some of you, that's just not possible, so I would stick to 3 to 5 times a week, because Instagram has literally come out and said that the more you post on Instagram, the more you're gonna grow. On top of that, 95% of your followers on Instagram are gonna come from 5% of your posts. You just don't know which 5% of those posts it's going to be, so the more frequently you post, the higher the odds you have a post go viral, which is going to increase the amount of followers that you get. Which brings me to how you could capitalize on Instagram's new AI tool. And I have 3 prompts that I want to make sure that you begin using today, and you should be using these prompts as frequently as every day to help you grow quicker on Instagram. And remember, these are all niche specific prompts, so you want to make them specific to whatever kind of content you're trying to make. The first thing you need to be asking it are what searches people in your niche are searching for, and then have it give you a couple of hook ideas or content ideas that are going to be answering those search queries. Essentially what's happening is Gen Z and people younger than that, right now they're coming to Instagram and coming to TikTok instead of going to Google or a different search platform. This is called social searching. So essentially, people come onto Instagram to search for things as opposed to going to these other platforms, which leaves a huge opportunity for you, because if you're able to leverage this AI tool to know what people are searching for and you create content answering their questions, well, boom, you're gonna get views 24/7 because people are gonna be searching for things related to your niche. The second thing that you could do is ask it to show you trending content from the last week in your niche, or even on a specific topic. And then finally, you need to make sure that you're asking this AI tool which sounds and which accounts are trending within your niche, because this is gonna help you uncover different competitors. You could put in a metricool, and then you're gonna be able to see exactly what time they're posting, what kind of topics they're posting, and ultimately what content is helping them grow quicker on Instagram, so you can copy it, implement it into your account, and boom, you're gonna explode on Instagram. Now at this point, the only reason that you're not growing quicker on Instagram is simply because you don't know when to post, don't know what hashtags to use, and don't know what time to post. And I personally want to help you with that the same way I helped this account grow over 1 million followers. If you want to learn how we could personally work together so you could hit your goals on Instagram, well, please watch this video right here that explains how I can help you one-on-one in 3 different ways. I'll see you over there.